Hello guys, my name is Przemek Chojecki and today I'm going to talk again about language models. So last time I talked about GPT-3, which was the latest announcements from OpenAI, and today I want to go back to a little bit older model from September 2019, which was done by Salesforce research, and it's about conditional transformers, controllable generation of text. So it has a lot of to do with GPT-3, GPT-2, and it's somewhat a little bit different direction. So as you remember, in GPT-3, what was important was that to have this pre-trained model which you can use for a variety of tasks without any additional fine-tuning or maybe some kind of few shots learning or zero shots learning when you actually describe the examples, like translate French to English and then give an example of the word as a part of the prompt to the model. So this model with CTRL, so control, is basically a model when you want to add some more parameters to the prompt, to the generation, in order to control the text. So this is really important because these pre-trained models often can go into various directions and you don't really have the control. Even over GPT-3, it would be nice to actually give some kind of a direction, or maybe give some kind of a prompt which would, for example, steer the model towards the kind of text you want to have, the highlight points of the text, and this is really important if you want to apply the model commercially. So this is what Salesforce is basically doing. So what they did, basically, they added different prompts at the beginning related to the domain, and I will show you in a moment what they did. Basically, they trained the model. The model has itself 1.6 billion parameters. It's a conditional transformer. So let's go to the data. It was trained on 140 gigabytes of text from various domains. And then the main point here for the examples, this is basically here. So this is the kind of the prompt you're giving. So for example, here you have Wikipedia anarchism is. So this is the control code Wikipedia, and then you have anarchism is as the first prompt, and you have the rest of the stuff is basically generated by the model. So it's really great that it's going into this kind of generating a Wikipedia kind of text. You can also have a look at similar prompt anarchism is, but with the control code being books, and it looks like a fragment from some kind of a book, maybe probably it's like a novel here. And then again, you have here two different control codes, the same prompt word, a knife, and one is the review, and that's being about the tool. A knife is a tool, and this does job well. And the first one is actually again generated like a kind of a novel fashion, a knife handle pulled through the open hole in the front, and then you have the whole story going on. So it's really interesting. You have also other cases like that, relationships and legal. So it's really great when it comes to examples like that, when you can give the control code in order to steer your language model into some direction and maybe highlight keywords, highlight points you want to make. In the end, those kind of models, where they will be useful is generating text once you have, for example, all the content that you want to put into, so maybe references, and you just want to describe these references in a great way. So that's one of the examples. So I will give you the link to the original paper down below. They also have a GitHub repository together with the code that you can test in a collab. Plus, there's also, they have been integrated within Hugging Face transformers. I probably made a video about Hugging Face transformers in a separate video because that's a larger topic, but basically Hugging Face have this great transformers library where you can just plug and play different models and implement it in a very easy way. So when it comes to plug and playing and controlling text, there's another paper that I wanted to mention at least a little bit. This is done actually by Uber Engineering, and it's called Controlling Text Generation with Plug and Play Language Models. So this is a blog post that you can see right now on the screen. It's from December from the last year, so half a year ago. this is basically a similar thing, but they have kind of a different approach. So instead of trying to train the whole transformer to do this kind of, to take this kind of a control prompts, what they're doing is that they have additional layer on top of a language model. So you can take any language model that you want, so GPT-2, I don't know, BERT, or whatever, GPT-3, or whatever else you want, and then you add a layer or a couple of layers on top of that in order to steer your text into some kind of a direction. So for example, you can, this additional layer can be a layer for detecting sentiment of the text, or for example, trying to give the keywords. So this is exactly this graphic here. I think they have it down below also. So as you can see, you have this mammoth and a mouse trying to steer the mammoth. This is the idea behind PPLM. Mammoth being GPT-2, it's this large model that you have to train in order to like you have to train a lot of data, you have to use a lot of computing power, but sometimes it's just so stupid it goes straight away, straight ahead, not thinking about the text, about the logic. And then the mouse is this small model on top of that, so a layer or a couple of layers which is able to steer the mammoth in the direction you want. And this is basically how they imagine these plug and play language models. And it's really a great idea because it's somehow similar to this control codes and the way you can do. Again, the goal here is to have more controllable text coming from language models. So this is the goal. I will give you the link to this paper as well. It's really great. And within this blog post, you will have the paper. You also have the Colab link here. So it's also great. It's easy to test as well. So this is it. I probably made a couple of more videos about recent papers or the papers from the last year and a half when it comes to text generation, because there's a lot to say, there are a lot of progress, and it's coming to really something interesting, especially commercially. And I'm trying to implement some of that together with my small team at Contentize. So you can visit us at www.contentize.com. I'll also give you a link down below, and the whole thing is basically growing to be a content generation platform. I love content, so this is something really natural to me. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and see you in the next episode.